So we got companies charging students up to $200 a month on the low end versus AI platforms that are charging as low as $7 to $10 per month. These are numbers that you really should be thinking about when you think about the future of AI and online ESL teaching. My name is Tim and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I talk about all things online ESL teaching. I'm also the creator of the Launch Academy Skool community, where you can join for free and upgrade if you want to get access to my full Going Solo course to help you go independent, move away from companies, and teach students on your own. The information for that can be found in the description of this video. Now let's get into it. So Cambly is one of the largest online ESL companies out there. They offer very affordable prices for students. They offer flexibility for teachers, and it's kind of learn when you want. The idea and concept behind Cambly is that, you can just be called at any time as long as you're available, and students can hop on and have that immediate interaction with a native English speaker. But the prices that they charge for lessons with these teachers can be upwards of around $200 a month on the higher end, versus a growing wave of online AI apps that offer similar things, but with an AI tutor, are charging as low as $7 to $10 a month. So these are numbers that you should be thinking about when we're talking about AI disrupting the online ESL industry. What is that disruption looking like? What are the costs afforded to both? And how is it going to impact us as online ESL teachers? So you might be wondering why there's this massive gap in price, or maybe it's really obvious to you. I mean, the concept is simple. Platforms like Cambly and many others were designed with the same kind of concept. Connect learners with native speakers in real time and offer that valuable feedback in a live situation. But even though Cambly charges a very affordable price for students and pays their teachers almost pennies per minute, there is still cost. And running thousands of live classes, providing recordings, matching students and teachers, providing the infrastructure, hosting all of the content, it costs money. And so at the end of the day, it is cost. Whereas an AI platform that's offering AI conversations with students, is able to charge a significant amount less because their costs are a significant amount less as well. So now I want to actually point you to the industry that we're in to show you how it's actually already restructuring, how it's already not a someday situation, but it's actually happening right now as we speak. And many of you might be working for platforms that are already combining elements of AI models in their business model, in their classroom, in their interaction with clients, with teachers, and things like that. So let's look at Novakid. You may or may not have heard of them. They're a major kids English platform. They use AI to automatically track student progress. This allows teachers to be more free from administrative busy work so that they can focus on the actual teaching relationship.
Are you ready? What is your favorite thing to draw or create?
Favorite draw is an astronaut.
An astronaut. That's amazing.
Another one is AllRight, and I've promoted them before. I've done videos about them before. They teach over 10,000 kids a month across more than 30 countries, and they run its one-on-one lessons in a classroom with already built-in AI. And homework gets checked automatically by the system as well, not by the actual teacher. And there's a big reason why this shift has happened. Not only has AI, shifted in significant ways in the last 4 to 5 years, but we also have that double reduction policy from back in 2021, which basically collapsed the industry in China, causing companies to completely restructure, fold and go out of business, or change their model completely. And companies that you know very well, like VIP Kid, did just that, rebranding, moving to Singapore, and having to really think about what were they relying on before that wasn't an effective plan. So AI was not only cutting costs, but it was de-risking things in the business. It was lowering that risk for companies, because if they were able to use AI as a supplement or as a complete replacement, then they were less reliant on human teachers who all of a sudden overnight were no longer able to teach their students. So, right, when you look at it in that way, it really does make sense. But the most interesting thing I think that's happened is that AI has not only just become a supplement to some companies, but it's actually created an entirely new category in and of itself. And this brings me to a very interesting anecdote because I was actually hired earlier this year to work as an AI tutor for an AI company in Beijing that was doing just that. They were creating an AI model of me, Tutor Tim, to be able to teach students 24/7 at lower costs. Now, I find that whole thing kind of funny because it's like I'm working myself out of a job, right? And you might say the same thing. But really, this is where the industry is going. And it was sort of interesting to be a part of it and to sort of see what they were doing. I'm not privy to the actual success of the project or how it's being used, but one day someone out there might be learning from AI Tutor Tim. Who knows? So these apps or these AI tutors are really marketing themselves towards customers who leave platforms like Cambly and the rest of them because of cost issues, right? They're able to offer something at a really low cost, and they're able to be really competitive, but also very different and unique than the market, what is out there in the market currently. So again, $7 to $20 a month for an AI tutor versus, $30 to $40 an hour for a live teacher. It does make you think about the difference in price there and what is the student getting for that price. And it's not simply that AI tutors are just cheaper. They're actually solving a completely different problem. The problem that they're solving is unlimited low stakes repetition in real time, on demand. Something that a human teacher could never even come close to matching for that price. Now, obviously, some of these AI tutor models are limited, and the more you pay, probably the better value you get, or the more personalized learning you can get, the more memory the model has to remember, where you are at, what your level is, and things like that. But there's also ways of doing this completely for free, right? Let's take a look at what ChatGPT can do for me learning Thai.
Okay, I want you to act like a Thai tutor for me. I'm an A2 level beginner. I have a lot of the basics down. I want you to engage with me in basic conversation, teach me some new words, try not to speak fast, and help me with my grammar and pronunciation.
All right. Perfect. I'll act as your Thai tutor. Since you're around A2, I'll use simple Thai, go slow, and correct gently. New word for today. One means yesterday. Now let's talk. Hello, what's your name? In Thai is Sawati ka or Sawati krap. Kun chu arai krap? Please answer in Thai, and I'll help adjust your grammar naturally.
สวัสดีครับผมชื่อทิมครับชื่ออะไรครับ
Great. Little fix. Say, Pom chu tim krap. Nice and clear. Good job. Next, how about saying
Wait.
nice to-
You asked me to correct it, but that is what I said.
Ah, you're right. Sorry. That was perfect. No change needed. Now, try a follow-up. Say, nice to meet you in Thai. Give it a go.
ยินดีที่รู้จักครับ
Close. It'd be Yindi ti rujak crop. Slow down the middle and keep crop at the end.
I did that though. I think
Yeah.
the problem is I'm not sure you're a native speaker. Could you act like a native Thai speaker so I get the correct pronunciation?
Checking native pronunciation precisely. Fair point. I can give you accurate Thai vocabulary, grammar, and natural corrections, but my spoken accent isn't exactly native. For accent precision, native recordings with a teacher are best. Let's continue.
All right.
Sawati
You know
krap.
what? I think we can stop
My
there.
name.
You
Sure.
did a great job though. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Yeah, anytime. Sawati krap.
สวัสดีครับ
Okay, so as you can see very clearly that doing sort of learning with free ChatGPT is not going to get you that far, but it does offer something that didn't exist before, right? It was this, you now have this ability to just talk to ChatGPT, to their models, and get sort of feedback and maybe get a little bit of practice. Is it as good as a human live teacher? I think we can all agree that the answer is no to that, but are models good enough to replace teachers? That's the question. Now, this is a topic that is really interesting to me. I think it's probably interesting to a lot of you as well, but there's a lot of hype in the academic research world as well. And I wanted to point you to a paper done by the World Economic Forum, which suggests that up to 40% of language instruction tasks could be automated within a decade. So the big question about AI replacing teaching is something that could be answered here. Not entirely, but in parts. I think yes, in parts of teaching and learning, AI can replace some things. And I think the key word is tasks, not teachers. Can AI replace tasks? Yes. Can it replace teachers? I don't think so. A separate industry survey had showed that about 38% of ESL educators said AI had significantly changed their daily workload within just 2 years. So I think what that's referring to is this idea of AI helping with tasks, right? The same thing that AI might do for students, it's doing for teachers, whether it's lesson creation, whether it's creating resources, whether it's using it for scheduling or planning or things like that. AI can take a lot of that workload. In a broader US teacher survey, 69% of teachers said AI tools actually improved their teaching methods, and 55% said it gave them more time for direct student interaction. This is the exact opposite of that word replacement, which is often thrown out there when people think about AI and teaching and learning. And this isn't just industry chatter online, it actually has its own place in academic research in universities. And I might have mentioned on my last video that I was invited as a speaker to Poly University in Hong Kong in April to talk about my work as an online ESL teacher on platforms, my work with other teachers, and just my opinions about how AI is changing things, as well as what the sort of landscape looks like for marketplaces and platforms that offer language teaching and learning. And it was at Poly University that I met lots of professors who are doing some really great research on this topic, about AI, about platformized learning, and about the future of language learning with AI disrupting things. It's a recognized academic research field. That's where I'm coming at this, and there's a lot of work being done on this to explore these topics. So where does that leave us? Humans, actual humans teaching online, right? Where does that leave us? Every little bit of research I found, every example I found, every usage of AI with platforms that I found, even AI specific platforms that are only offering AI tutoring, they all really confirm the same general concept, and that is that AI is replacing mundane tasks. It is making things even better in the actual online classroom. It is helping to provide more in-demand, real-time language support for learners. But one thing it doesn't replace is that human interaction, that coaching, so to speak, that understanding of what the student's going through in real time to help that student specifically, or to be able to really get that natural conversation that you would with a human being. We're not there yet. Yet. I say yet because we don't know the future, but I think that we're a long way from that. So teachers, lean into what you can provide in the online classroom. Lean in to that student-teacher interaction. Lean into that coaching that you do so well as a teacher. Lean into what you can provide that AI cannot. That's where your value will be. AI isn't replacing you. I believe it's even making you more valuable. So lean into those things and don't get afraid about the headlines of AI replacing you. Because the simple answer is, it's not. And I don't believe it can. I think it's replacing certain things, but not everything. So when you see these price tags, $20 a month, $10 a month, $5 a month for this AI tutor, or $200 a month for this real life teacher, remember, it's not AI's winning, right? It's two different kind of models solving two different problems. So I hope that you can be solving the problem that students need when they're reaching out for a teacher. If you want support in your online teaching journey, I think this is a great topic to discuss, and one that I think helps us online teachers think differently about what we're offering and how we can combat some of this chatter about AI. Join our Launch Academy School community. You can find the link to join below. It's completely free with an upgrade to get access to my monthly group coaching calls as well as the full Launch Going Solo course. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you've got comments about this, questions, thoughts, or just want to say hello, please leave them in the comments. I'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks, everyone.